Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube page. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope these are helpful and give you so many tips to help you through the college and acrobatics and tumbling recruiting process. So if you hit subscribe, you will get these YouTubes exactly when they get posted. So I hope you will join me on a subscription basis. All right, today's topic is what is the parent's role in the college recruiting process? I have to tell you, I was a parent of athletes who went through the process. Of course, my husband and I both went through the process in our sports. And I can tell you that nobody ends up being successful without that support system. All right, they need the club coach, they need the parent, sometimes an advisor, and a guidance counselor. But you as the parent are extremely important in the ability for your daughter or son to make it through the length of the process that it sometimes takes, and then the decision making that goes along with it. All right, so I'm going to give you a few tips today, and I hope it's encouraging for you as the parent. I know it can be super hard in those high school years. I went through it myself with my own children, where they really don't want your help, but they want to be sure you're right there helping them. It's this push-pull kind of a relationship. So I want you to think about it in terms of, we want the athlete to be leading the process. We want them to be out front. We want them to be the ones corresponding and writing their own emails, talking to the college coaches. But honestly, as you and I know, they've never done this before. So they really need you right by their side in helping them in specific ways. So number one, be sure it's your athlete's dream, all right? And not more you as the parent, but it's your athlete's dream. Number two, set up a casual meeting with your club coach, with your child there, and hopefully your child will be old enough to communicate with the club coach. That becomes very powerful when they do the talking with the club coach. And then all they need to do is express that they have an interest. They don't have to know everything about the recruiting process. But I think it's really important for the club coach to know that it's something your child wants to pursue, even if it's just a first layer of discussion, okay? And that they'd really love the support of the club coach. Believe it or not, I think some club coaches just assume that they don't have to do anything in the process, or they don't have to know about it, but really you want everybody to surround your child to make this work. All right, so those are the first two things. Then be sure that as a parent, you are being realistic. I think that's the most frustrating thing I see in an athlete, when they know that you as the parent are talking about schools that they know in their heart they're never going to be able to achieve. It can be really discouraging. So we want to be sure that your role is to know what is most realistic for my child. Now that can be hard for you to figure out, but usually by watching videos and talking to your daughter or son, you can kind of figure out with them which levels are going to be, or divisions are going to be right for your child. All right, plan the trips. All right, you are the planner, you're the organizer, and stay within your own family budget in doing this. You don't have to spend an exorbitant amount of money to make this happen. You just have to be smart, be realistic, and be the one that's planning those trips so they don't have to stress about it. Stay on top of your athletes' academics. I can't tell you how important this is. Down that road, we don't know if they're going to get an athletic scholarship or an academic scholarship. So if they do well in school all the way along, they're going to have way more doors open to them. And then try to have a written plan with your sit down. I say once a week, maybe on a Sunday, and just say, this is going to be our time to talk about recruiting, and write out a plan with them. Now, the other thing I want you to know is that I have this guidebook called the Gymnastics Goal Guide, and it really helps the athlete for gymnastics and acrobatics and tumbling to set their goals based on their skill level. Skills drive recruiting, and that's where parents get really hung up, because you don't know what skills are worth. Well, the levels dictate the skills, so you don't have to worry too much over that. Typically, your athlete knows, okay, what these skills are and their start values. But this PDF is on my shop page, and you can order it and have it downloaded right from your computer, and it will really help you understand the recruiting process and especially your athlete. So feel free to order that if you'd like. And thank you for joining me here on my YouTube page, Jill Hicks, and be sure to press subscribe.